Hello and welcome back to the Boss House. I'm Bo and this is my journey to avoid dying on the Walmart floor. This is my budget setup for the last paycheck of August, which for me is the 17th of August to the 30th of August. And yes, that does mean I'm getting paid on the 31st of August. However, I base my paycheck months on where the paychecks close out, because that is where I tell the rest of my money to go. I do a zero-based budget, but I don't actually close that out. I don't tell all of my money where to go until I close it out. So everything is going to be zero by the end, but it is not currently, because I like to give myself wiggle room, essentially, because I'm not Dave Ramsey, y'all. I don't follow him. I don't do what he does. I like to give myself wiggle room because I'm still living my life. So, any case, let's get started. I'm going to budget my paycheck for $1,030, which is worst case scenario for my paycheck. And then for my fixed expenses, I'm budgeting $75 for train fare. That's on the 18th. Estimated. It could be after that. It's probably going to be after that. But then Spotify on the 24th for $11. And then renter's insurance also on the 24th for $21. So it's actually possible that all of these things will come out during the second week of my paycheck, so I might not have any bills, which is going to be interesting. But in any case, that brings my total bills to $107 for the paycheck. And then, oh my goodness, I wasn't carrying down the math. No, let's calculate. Okay, so can you tell I did this fast? So $1,030, and we're going to do 1,030 minus 107 equals 923. Okay, so that leaves me $923. Carry that down. And then I'm budgeting my normal $20 for dining out, which is just any food that's not groceries. So any like snacks, candy bar, chips, hot dog at Costco, like whatever is not groceries. And then $220 for groceries. Mind you, this will not be $220. I will more than likely be spending less than $100 because my partner is contributing whatever he can to non-perishables until he pays me back for paying the rent. And then train fare for the kids, $20. Again, this might not come out at all. I don't know. I never know when it's going to come out. It depends on how much the kids ride the bus. So that brings my variable expenses to $260. And for me, variable expenses are the expenses that whatever I don't spend goes back into my budget instead of rolling it over. So let's see, 923 minus 260 is 663. So that leaves me with 663. And then I'm not budgeting for any sinking funds aside from my challenges. So I already stuffed all of these the first paycheck, which was a month ago, really, on the 20th. I already stuffed all of these, so we're good to go on that. And then we have 663 left over. And we're going to, I didn't even add that. So 26 for my penny challenge, because I just do the average of what it would be like per paycheck. It's supposed to be, one more penny a day up until the end of the year, but I don't make enough money so that I could justify putting quite that much into a sinking fund every day by the end of the year, so I just average it out. So it's $26 a paycheck, and add that to $19 for my $1,000 challenge. And both of those are going to my emergency fund. So that brings my total to $45 for my savings challenges. And that leaves me with $618 going to my house fund. And hopefully that whole amount will go to my house fund. I've actually been debating whether I guess I can talk to you about that now, right? So here's the deal. I'm probably going to be paying the rent next month for my partner as well. My partner normally pays all the household bills. I do not. Instead, I contribute by paying for groceries for the whole household, paying for whatever co-pays we have to pay, or paying for like over-the-counter medicine, clothes, like all that stuff for me and him. I don't contribute to like the kids' clothing and stuff like that, or childcare or anything like that, but I do pay for the kids' bus fare. So generally speaking, he pays all the household bills and pays his lawyer and pays for what the kids need aside from their bus fare. But problem is, his bank account is really low right now. It's lower than mine. He has been working, but it hasn't been enough. So he's managing to pay like the utilities and his lawyer and everything, and paying for what his kids need, but he can't do that and pay the rent this next month. So it will be fine after this month because school's starting again. He's a substitute teacher, so he is going to have money from that point on, but up until then, he doesn't have much. Because he's essentially only working part-time right now. He thought he would get more hours when the summer came, but that did not pan out, and he's been struggling to find something else that could just be a temporary gig. So it is what it is. We're struggling. He could technically still pay the rent, but it would probably mean that he wouldn't be able to pay for his kids' back to school clothes, and I can't have that on my conscience. I love these kids. I see them. I honestly see them as my own at this point. I obviously didn't birth them, but when you look at these little faces and they like tell you how much they love you and they ask you for hugs and they ask to hold your hand, and like, I don't want to be the reason that they have holes in their shoes because I refuse to like sacrifice a little so that they'll be okay. So that's what's happening. My boyfriend still, like, he wanted to like put his lawyer bill on his credit card, which would essentially max it out, more than likely, because his lawyer bills are ridiculous. But he was willing to like go into more debt to still be able to pay the rent. But I really don't want him to be in that bad a situation, especially considering at some point we're going to get married, and I don't want him to have to battle with all that debt. And my house is about to sell, and I have the money, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it so that he isn't completely drowning in debt. Even though he has a lot of debt, but I'm doing it so that he's okay and his kids are okay and he still has an account buffer. Because he makes more money than I do per year, but I'm in a better financial situation because I haven't been paying a lawyer for 2 years, over 2 years now, over custody. So basically that's what's happening. And I'm like on the verge of crying again, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to wrap this up. thank you for bearing with me. I love you. I appreciate you. I can hardly believe that I have this many subscribers now. I hope that this is what you thought you were getting. But in any case, you deserve financial stability, and I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.